Hey y'all, welcome back. It's your girl Jazz
And Ray.
And Bria Monet.
and this is Candid Combos.
So today we are sipping on some Kim Crawford rosé.
Smells good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it smells fruity and it tastes very light and fruity.
Mm-hmm. I have a Kim Crawford story. I love Kim Crawford wines. I actually had her Pinot Grigio at last year's Christmas party.
Okay.
2018.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Took me over the top. Let's just say that. So, I mean, definitely a fan.
That night.
Yeah. I remember that night.
That was the first real hangover I had from wine. I've never had.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never had a wine hangover. I didn't even think that was possible.
But I did mix a few. But that was
you were wild.
It was
Christmas.
New Year's.
Oh, Christmas. Yeah. Okay. That's gift time, wine time, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Yes.
What's been up with y'all? What's new?
So I've been reading this really amazing book. So it's in different parts. It's called You're a Badass by Jen Sincero.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about trusting in yourself and finding your passions and understanding your path in life or whatever and letting go of all the negativity or the things that you were taught about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm enjoying it.
I need to read that.
I know.
'Cause I feel like I'm in the process of unlearning all that.
Shedding that.
Shed it, girl. Shed that. Yeah. I want to read that too. You've been telling me about that. That's great. I'm still working through becoming.
Really?
Yes, I'm still. I have only small windows that I could actually read. And so I started during my Christmas break when I don't have class or anything like that. So it's a little struggle. The semester has started again. So it's a struggle to get through the book on top of my school reading. But I love it. And asking everybody to go read Auntie O. Because yes. Yes.
Yeah, no, I've been hearing amazing things about it. I need to read it.
Yeah, I like that.
What about you?
Well, the only thing I've been reading is a textbook.
Tell us about it. What you learning?
I just got through endocrine.
Okay.
So we're talking, that's diabetes.
Okay, thank you. I'm
diabetes really paid attention on.
Yeah.
It affects our community, of
our
course.
families.
And then, we're predisposed to it genetically, so.
Yes, I need all the info on diabetes.
But in other news, I did go for a model casting call.
Okay. Tell me about
That was last week. It was fun. It was just walking. It's for a fashion show, and Cara African Fashion Show is happening actually this month, the 21st through the 24th.
Happy Black
Miami.
History Month.
Yes. Today is February 2nd, so we're officially in February.
Yeah. So, the casting call was great. It's just come on and walk down with your high fashion walk and your walk with your personality. And I was just I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I got to the front and I stood there posing.
Well, this is your first time.
It was.
Right.
So they said, watch out for emails, whatever. Checked my email yesterday, and I did make it.
Okay. That's
But I wasn't really upset about it. I was that just shows me that I need to work on my runway walk.
Right.
Never done runway. So.
Right.
And you've only been modeling for a short while, too, though.
A year.
So I feel
February. I started last year.
Really?
February.
Oh my God! Happy anniversary!
I've been modeling for a year now.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah. But I've never done runway and fashion, and I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
So before the end of this year, I need to be.
Yes.
And
shout out to the Black curvy women.
The shorter.
Yes.
Because I feel society and what we know as a society is having these tall, thin women, and it's but that's not real life for a lot of people.
Right. With European features.
Yes.
Specified.
White, fair skin.
Right. So
let's get some thick, curvy.
It makes me excited.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's dope.
Keep turning out this fashion world.
Girl, there you go. There you go.
Okay, so speaking of, we're actually talking about labels today.
Yes, we are.
I think that's very fitting. What are some labels that you guys have come in contact with? Or, have you been told to your face? Because I feel I've been told, people think that I'm, a bitch and all this stuff, and it's just, just based off,
You've been told that to your face, or you assume that people think you're a bitch?
Well, I've been told through people. I guess people don't want to tell me to my face, but
I don't want to tell
I
you
think my resting bitch face scares people off.
Yeah.
Same here. What can you say?
Okay, so let's talk about that. The resting bitch face. Because I personally don't think that I experienced that. I think my average day to day is a nice little smirk or something, passing by. I am. So I've never experienced the resting bitch face and what that entails, because it's a whole thing now.
I feel like I didn't even necessarily know I had it until people start saying you have it.
Yeah.
It's I'm just walking to the bathroom, sorry, I'm not smiling.
You're not me,
yeah, it's I'm going to the restroom. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I started hearing it probably high school.
Okay, yeah. I think that's probably when that term popped up. Resting bitch face. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's just always been I've been told that I'm intimidating, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess it comes from my face, because like you, I'm not chipper. I'm just
I don't know. I think it's what you see is what you get type of thing. You know what I mean? And when I see you and I realize it's you, you might get a big smile, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but if I'm just walking or I'm just grocery shopping looking at broccoli, I'm sorry, I'm not smiling at broccoli to make other people feel
I don't
good.
smile at broccoli, just for the record.
Yeah, can I just live? Can I grocery shop in peace? I'm probably got other shit on my mind.
Yeah, I think that's probably what resting bitch face is. You're probably in your mind, thinking, going through your life. You're not thinking about all this extra stuff, and then it's smile.
Oh my gosh, I hate that.
Oh yeah, I get that enough.
Yeah,
don't tell me
smiling.
Smile more.
Why?
You're too pretty to not smile. Right. Ooh, don't go there.
I need to smile more. Get out of my face. Who said I was having a problem with not smiling at all? Anyway,
right.
I'm good.
Yeah. Well, now you've just made me mad by telling me to smile, as if I had a problem. Yeah. That is annoying.
People just impressing their own opinions on you. It's just I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just dealt with that at the hair store. So, y'all know I went, I did a wig when we went to D.C. for the Women's March because it was freezing. And being that I had gone to Denver.
Good idea.
Right, a couple months before, I'm okay, I need to protect my head. Going hairless out there is going to be brutal.
Yeah.
I did know better. But if you know better, you do better. So, went to the hair store. I'm let me dye this hair. Some hair I already had. Gonna whip up a quick wig. And the guy at the counter, Anyway, the guy at the counter is just what's wrong with your hair? What's, you need to, here. Now he's trying to, force his oils on me.
Argan oil.
Yeah, and I'm but I'm good, though. I'm not hurting over here. I'm totally fine with my hair.
Yeah.
I'm here to purchase some shit and get out the store. Why do I need you impressing your views on me?
Yeah, because didn't he say, it's going to make your hair grow, as if you asked?
As if I'm searching for show me the hair growth product.
Right, because that's what I'm about to say. You were there buying dye to dye hair. Clearly I'm not dyeing my head. Why do you feel like you have that right to hear this to help you?
Your hair.
I never asked for help.
Right, I'm so good.
Yeah.
So good.
So just stop
people are annoying.
Your opinions on others.
Yeah. People like that are annoying.
Yeah.
Let me correct myself.
Yeah.
But I feel when you take on this attitude of I'm superior, therefore my beliefs and my values and my opinions are what you should follow, that's where we come into so many issues throughout the world. If we let people be themselves, instead of
absolutely
just come on.
I agree, but in the same instance, he works at that store. Let's just say, because we know he's an Indian man, the Indians over there own that store.
Yes.
He's pushing argan oil because argan oil comes from India. And it's known, you see the women over there, the way their hair grows, they're using argan oil. So I think maybe in his mind, you have to think about his mindset, that maybe in his mind, I get what you're saying. He might be thinking, we don't see this in my country, or because we grow our hair with these oils. So maybe it was him just trying to...
I definitely get that.
Offer.
I love the devil's advocate. My whole thing is you can't take your opinions and your cultures and your experiences and feel now I'm gonna go out into the world and now I have that right to guide or direct based off my experiences, my culture. This is what my people do. Maybe you should try it out. I was never hurting or searching for what your people are doing as far as let me get your oils and let me, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He should have given a suggestion.
Right.
Yeah. And
I think it's all about I think it's all about how you approach the situation and when you are offering this
unsolicited advice.
Right, exactly. So it's hey, he could have easily made it a conversation Are you, because like you said, he does work in a hair store.
Right, so you would know.
Right. So I think it should have been a conversation.
You want to
push his products.
You want to push his product.
Okay, well then that's how you do business, I guess. Yeah, like, are you going to push it? Are you going to force on somebody? Or are you going to really ask them and see if they're even interested? Because you could have saved your whole spiel. Because I could have told you from the very beginning, like, oh, I'm not looking to.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting though. Yeah. I love that. I love how that just turns to a whole like conversation.
Yeah, because I think you made a good point though, like his perspective. You know, he probably didn't come from a insulting place, but that's how it came off to different people. Right. So, yeah, that's important.
Very true. That I was gonna say that opens my eyes to another perspective. I guess.
Yeah, good.
I'm just like, I'm good. Like.
Ask you, but I feel like a label that I've heard a lot about myself is shy.
Ooh,
yeah, I've gotten shy before. Yeah, and I don't know if it's because of like my demeanor. Ooh, but I feel like most times I don't consider myself a shy person necessarily. I think I get shy in front of guys. Oh. Like some guys just like it's like this little 25-year-old boy at work. They're like, Jazz, like, your smile, Jazz, like, I know. But you still like a little baby. Like, you don't make me shy, but it's like the one in the back. Ooh, with the dread.
Oh, God.
Gold. And I'm like, oh, shit.
You got a thing for those?
I know. It's like, what is up? But most times, because there's this girl in my class that also said to me, like, oh, you're very shy, and you don't always, like, say something in class, and you know the answer. And I'm like... But to me, I see it as I don't want to be that one that's
the know-it-all, that knows all the right answers.
And they're already like, oh, you already a nurse. What you? So I'm just I try to give other people the opportunity to learn and answer the questions.
Okay,
so nice. I know this, guys. So I'm like, I think also people sometimes mistake like being a quiet person or being an introvert for being shy, and I don't think that's necessarily true. Right. In all cases,
think so. I agree.
I think it's just a term that a lot of people use, and I think sometimes you start to adopt that as like how you identify as. Yeah. And I think that's probably what happened with me throughout childhood. It's like, oh, you're so shy. And it's like, I am shy.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I? Like,
right.
Or am I just a quiet?
Especially, I think, as a child, you don't even know the definition of shy. So when somebody tells you that, you're like, okay, and you're making sense of it for yourself. So at 6, you're like, okay, so I'm supposed to be like this because they said I'm shy. And
what do people know?
Right. That is a good one because... Like myself, I consider myself an introvert, and shy. I don't know. It's just I guess they could be synonymous with each other, but it's just not a word I would describe myself as. Yeah. But it's a label that's been thrown at me several times, just last week.
Like
that recently.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then but it's like you said, who are you to say who is shy or what? Because I've been called shy, and I'm like. Not really. Yeah, you clearly don't know me. If you think I'm shy, then I'm probably just not comfortable around you. So I'm just gonna keep my space.
Keep to myself.
Yeah, and I think sometimes people have expectations based off like either they just see you around or maybe they've heard about you, so they have these expectations maybe already made up in their mind and not really giving you like a fair chance to be yourself or whatever.
Okay.
So anyway, let's get into labels.
Yes. So we're going to take it back one time. I think y'all remember how we used to do this bold poll.
Yes.
Where we would put certain topics in and just randomly, that's how Candid come about.
Yes, it is.
Choose our random topics. So,
you want to go first?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. High maintenance.
Ooh.
Is high maintenance the same as bougie?
I would think that would be synonyms.
Okay, so that's a label that's been thrown out.
Let's talk about that.
Let's start with that. I feel as though there's nothing wrong with being high maintenance, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being quote unquote bougie. I think people like to throw a negative connotation to it so that you can feel bad. Right. But it's like if there's a standard that I like or have for myself, then why is that an issue? Yeah. You know, like if I expect a certain thing for myself, why is it now bad? It's like, oh, she this, she that. Like, all right, whatever. You can't. If you cannot maintain my maintenance, then you're not for me. Whoa, big girl. Sure. But yeah, so you're not the one for me.
Yeah.
If you think that I'm high maintenance, then okay, that's fine.
Yeah, like you said, we've been raised with higher standards. We've always been told, like, no, you don't lower yourself for nobody. You don't compromise. What's the word? You don't compromise. And I swear I did not understand what that meant until like
a grown ass
24,
woman.
25 years old, that you don't compromise yourself.
Yeah.
But yes, I've definitely been told, like, it came from someone to me that I was bougie because of the way I wanted things done with my kids, or
and what's wrong with that?
The lifestyle that's lived over here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so be it.
I feel like what's wrong with knowing and wanting what you want? Knowing what you want and wanting what you want. Like, what's wrong with that?
I personally think the sooner you can figure that out, the better.
Definitely.
Like, why am I living a life of I don't know what I like or this
I
and
don't
that?
know what I want.
If I know that I bare minimum I need X, Y, and Z,
right.
I'm gonna let you know from the get go. X, Y, and Z is what's expected. Like, and vice versa. I want you to know. Tell me what your expectations are because I'm willing to meet all of them.
Ooh. Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. I don't know. It'll come back to me.
Yeah.
But as far as being high maintenance, like, what does that entail? Because I want higher education. Does that mean I'm high maintenance because, like,
what is it?
What is it?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be different for everyone.
Wait. Let me stop. Because I said higher education. Now I'm saying that again because I've been, like, in college all my life. Not college, but I've been in school all my life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've been told that I'm a college, what is it?
A career
student.
Right.
And at first I used to look at that like, damn, I know I've been in school and I ain't making nowhere yet.
Yeah.
But
that's not even true, though.
No, right, because you've made it.
I think it's the people telling you this.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's
very true.
Right. You've made it. You ain't made it nowhere yet. No, you have, because you're no longer where you were.
Mm-hmm.
You have transitioned to a different place in school. So, career student, so what? You like feeding yourself with knowledge.
Yeah,
Sure.
like what's wrong with wanting to learn? I think learning is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with learning.
Yeah. Really?
I think it's the closed-minded people that stop learning that suffer.
Yeah.
I think if you're open
Yeah.
and you're willing to learn and you want to dive into other things and things actually pique your interest, like that says a lot about you versus like, oh no, nothing piqued my interest, just World Star. Okay, and that's where you get all of your news from.
Yeah.
And it shows.
Because it doesn't even have to be higher education. You know, just knowledge is reading a book.
Read a book.
Yeah.
Pick up a book. You know, like it doesn't have to be a college course that makes you like
No, not at all.
you want to gain knowledge, grab a
I
book.
feel like the world has so much knowledge to give. You can learn by going to an art museum, by listening to different music. Like you don't have to be in a classroom setting.
Yes.
And so I think if you take on the attitude of like, well, I don't learn. I don't like learning. Like
you're doing
you can
yourself
learn
a
about
disservice.
food. You can learn about different cultures. Like there's so much to learn. Why would you want to learn?
Right. Don't limit yourself.
Definitely not. I think I've been told I'm high maintenance, and I think I just like what I like.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I'm looking at, like, let's say I have a display or a selection of products in front of me, whether it's like lamps or it's cars, or I always somehow end up like liking the most expensive one.
Yeah.
It's just my taste.
It's quality. Right.
Yeah.
And quality.
Yeah, quality. So,
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's anything wrong with that, or I don't know. I think people want you to believe that there's something wrong with you for wanting nice things or liking nice things.
Yeah.
And it's like, why though?
Right. Why though? Don't limit yourself because someone else is throwing you this label of high maintenance and bougie. Listen, don't lower your standards because someone else cannot reach it. Mm-hmm. Because trust me, there is somebody out there who can meet those standards and then surpass them. You're like, damn, I didn't even know I needed that in my life, but he gonna or she gonna introduce it to you. So ain't nothing wrong with being high maintenance, bougie, or anything like that. Wear it as a badge of honor. Because I do, bitch. All right. Ooh, this one. Bossy. Bossy. I'm going to just say, just because it's really quick, I've never had this label thrown on me. I don't know. I don't think I've ever. I'm not even gonna lie. I probably have thrown this label on somebody though, and it's like, are they bossy or is it like that their personality? You know, like, am I, because it's different from me? It's like, oh, or is it just them? So, bossy.
I feel like bossy is a term that, I don't know, I guess could be misconstrued. And I think the person who's being told that they are bossy may not necessarily be bossy. Maybe they have great ideas and maybe they don't know how to communicate effectively. So maybe it comes off as like you're trying to bark orders at people when really like that's just the way your mind operates and you're
passionate.
You're used to maybe taking control and saying like, okay, let's do this or that. And it's not because I'm trying to be your boss, but you got ideas, throw them out there. Like, well, let's bounce ideas off each other or whatever. But like, it doesn't have to be like a big negative thing, I feel like.
I feel like we're pulling all of me today. I definitely wear the badge of honor of bossy.
Yeah.
And I don't care because I've had it like forever. I don't care. I think being the oldest has made me bossy.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I've always been that way.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you said, I don't know if it's not communicating effectively, but I don't try to bark orders.
Yeah.
I'm more conscious of it now. And I'm just like, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
But like, and then I see it in my daughter. She's bossy and she's the oldest. And I think it's a personality trait rather than
a flaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something that we're mean and trying to boss everybody. I think it's just
a level of like assertiveness, you know, and it's just, and it comes across in tone, body language, and it's not necessarily, you know, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing if you can learn how to channel it correctly, you know, so that it doesn't come off as abrasive. Like you just said, you throw on a please or a thank you.
Yeah, I feel like manners can take you far.
Yeah, manners take you very far.
I feel like I tend to say thank you more than I say please, though. I don't know why.
I feel like please has to come first. So I say, you gotta say please for something.
I know. I feel like I'm like, I don't know. I'll notice it afterwards, but I feel like I definitely say thank you like a lot.
Yeah, I'm a thank you person. I think I say please quite often, but thank you definitely.
I say please because my tone is always misconstrued. So I have to let it be known that I'm asking for something, please. Like it's not, not like
I'm asking you and not telling you type of thing.
Yeah,
but please definitely.
But I've got this from not certain guys, but from like all guys that I've talked to.
Yeah,
that I'm bossy, but
assertive.
Yeah, I think that's just a Scorpio woman.
Okay.
Because a lot of them can't handle it.
A lot of men, a lot of y'all signs can't handle a Scorpio female. Like, I mean, a woman, the Scorpio woman, because I think I've said this. I believe Scorpio women are a force to be reckoned with, and you have to come with it. You have to come with it. Like, I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, and if that means bossy, high maintenance, and assertive, then check. You know, like whatever.
I'm waiting to meet my match. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Like in such a
great
great way. Like in all
what
the best
sign
ways.
do you think?
Probably not Scorpio.
Really?
I think it might be too much.
I think it may be too much.
Okay.
And I don't want to do Scorpio.
I feel like you need an earth sign, something that's grounding. Because you are water.
That's Taurus, right?
Taurus. That's supposed to be amazing.
Taurus.
Probably that because I've talked to an Aquarius and I was just like, that's too much, like,
the water
clingy, like. Yeah, but my son is an Aquarius and they're very loving. But I feel like I can get that from my son.
Okay.
Like, I think what I learned from my last relationship is that I don't need that affection all the time. And certain signs need that affection all the time.
Cancer.
So Aquarius,
Oh, wait. Aquarius is water sign. And Cancer's water sign.
And Scorpio's water sign.
Oh,
so maybe two waters. I don't know.
Yeah, it's too much affection.
Yeah, 2 waters might be too much.
Yeah.
Too much emotion.
Yeah.
So like you said, grounding sign.
Yeah, so there's Taurus, Virgo.
I know Virgo.
Or Capricorn.
Really? Capricorn.
Yeah, Capricorns.
That's different.
That is different. That might be.
Okay. Are we on to the next?
Oh, yes. It's my turn to pull. Airhead.
So I guess airhead is probably synonymous with like ditzy and all of that.
Yeah, I don't think that fits with me.
Yeah, no, definitely never been thrown at me. I've definitely thrown it though. Airhead, ditzy, blonde. You know, no offense. But you know, like that airhead, like, and I think that was a learned slur though. You know, like it was definitely because I don't care about airheads and ditzy and this and that, but I definitely heard it before, and so then it was like, oh, okay, that person is like that, you know. So,
but when you say the word, then you know what it is. Like you can just picture what that person is, what they look like, how their thought process is.
I feel like there was a whole time where what was the Paris and Nicole show? Simple Life, and I feel like it was this whole like.
Glorifying.
Yeah, this whole glorified thing of like, oh, ditzy airheads. And like, I feel like if you read any like tabloids or anything, it was always like, oh, they're this, they're that. And then it's like, they do interviews like, oh, no, we're actually really intelligent. And I guess it's kind of just taking on a role because it's entertaining and people buy into it.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Are you down to like play a role or take on a label for the sake of your career, money, reputation, like whatever?
No, I don't think so. Because I feel like if I'm going to take on that label, I have to live up. Like that's going to be me. That's what people going to think of me.
Yeah.
And then I have my private life where I'm like this totally different person.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's
too much work. I think it's definitely too much work in it. But I'm also over here thinking like, secure the bag. I mean, I gotta be an actress for a moment for a show.
You're an actress then.
Right. Okay. Which they fell into that. They had a TV show. So if that means I gotta play a role to secure this check, then so be it. I know I'm intelligent. I know I got this degree. I know, and the people that know me, but I'm also this degreed woman with this check that I just got, from, you know. So I mean, I'm like, hey, do what you got to do.
It depends.
Business,
I guess
and then
it depends.
I think it depends, and I think it also depends on like how you feel that role to be. If you feel like that airhead character is gonna be detrimental to you in the future, then don't do that. You know, like don't go and damage yourself.
Some shit is gonna ruin your life.
But if you know you don't really care, you can move past that. Go for it.
They had the money to move past it.
Exactly.
Exactly. Money and the ratings.
Exactly.
Okay. Can I do another one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm like, airhead doesn't fit me, and just
all of them are fitting you.
Let's see what this one says. Thirsty, bitch. Nobody's thirsty either. So. Fuck that. I'm quick to cut somebody off. Plus size. Ooh, let me do this one. Okay. So going into modeling. You know what? I never thought about modeling until working at the restaurant, and people like guests ask me, "Do you model? Like you should model and smile and this and that." And then having the people I work with, like, yes, like really get into it, try it.
Yeah.
So it took 2 years of working there and hearing it that I should try it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm short and I'm curvy and. I don't know what size I'm supposed to be, but I'm not that size.
Because society has told you a model, a supermodel is this tall and this thin.
Yeah.
So in your mind, you're like, that's not me, so I'm not a model.
Yeah.
And then you have all these people for 2 years telling you, like, you're model material.
Yeah, so I just went with it. And I think the word plus size, sometimes I think of myself as, I will be a plus size model. And then other times, because the terms have changed a little bit, and it's now petite and curvy. If you're like under 5'7",
which is like half the world. Like
so I'm like taking it, I guess, either way. But
I was gonna say that I feel like society, like the way we're shifting, I think it kind of started with Takara being like on America's Next Top Model.
I remember Takara. She was so beautiful.
She is, so beautiful. And her being, I don't even know if she was the first plus size on America's Next Top Model, because I think there was a girl named Whitney that was also.
They were at the same time.
Okay, but I just Takara sticks out in my mind. It's like, oh shit, you look like me,
right?
And then I think Ashley Graham, and you have I think there's more attention and more acceptance now.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think people are demanding real, like a
real body.
Yeah,
I want to see somebody that looks like me in them underwear. Okay, I'm gonna go buy them.
Yeah,
right. Because I know they'll fit.
not a 00. Like, what the hell?
But the thing I have yet to see is like a model with stretch marks.
Yes,
So
mom bods.
Mom bods.
The mom bod model.
Rihanna did feature a pregnant model in her latest Savage runway show. And
she went into
labor. I think the day of.
Yeah,
whatever.
she left the runway show and when they had the baby.
Wow.
Yeah,
yes.
I can't think of her name. Wow, she's so beautiful though.
Yes, I don't know her
so
name.
beautiful.
I remember that story.
Yeah, she was big and pregnant, and she was walking on the runway, and I'm just like,
stretch marks?
She didn't have stretch marks, but I think we're getting there.
A full term pregnancy on a runway, that's rare. That's unheard of. So.
I think fashion is slowly shifting, and I think they've realized finally, like, okay, maybe we should appeal to real people instead of just the rich or just to the rich male, like those ads we were talking about.
Yeah.
I think there's
just
a whole
to thin women, the size 00.
Yeah. Definitely.
There's actually this there's this company, it's called Aerie.
Aerie.
And every time I follow them, I wasn't following them before, but every time somebody would post like Aerie, I was thinking it was like Aeropostale. Like one of their little...
Is it not a branch? I thought it was a branch.
I don't know if it's a branch. That's what I was confused about, because when I went on the Instagram page just recently, I saw they have these different models that are like plus size models. They have an amputee. They have...
Wow.
Yeah, it's like just women...
Real women.
Women. And I saw it because Samira Wiley is now an Aerie girl. And I was
really?
like, I was like, I want to be an Aerie girl.
Yeah, they got a lot of attention because they stopped photoshopping. And so now all their ass and stuff is just real.
And they have like underwear and bras and bikinis and stuff. And it's like, send us your pictures and tag us and put like Aerie something, like whatever their hashtag is, and they'll feature you. And I'm like, this is cute. I like it.
That's dope. Shout out to them.
Maybe I'll send them my picture.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's how you
do
do
it.
I am.
It's February, girl.
Make it happen.
I will.
I think we should go back to thirsty though, because I feel like there is probably people who've either experienced being called thirsty, or maybe consider themselves thirsty. Is that something that people consider?
Right, I don't know. Y'all let us know. Are you okay with knowing and claiming to be thirsty? Like, is it not shameful to you? Like, please let us know, because I feel like there's a negative connotation, and they try to make it like, oh, you so thirsty, but it's like...
But I feel like thirsty is doing too much. Like,
but is it? Because I feel like
what's
what's doing too much, and in what context? Because are you thirsty for your man, and it's someone who is yours?
No.
Or because what is thirsty?
Yeah.
What is thirsty?
Well, I said what I thought it was. Doing too much, like...
Doing too much?
Yeah, putting on to... I don't know, being in the DMs with the dick pics, and that's thirsty. Or the vice versa.
That's beyond thirsty. That's so disrespectful. Like, don't send me your dick if I didn't ask to see it. Like, I feel like that's something that needs to be said.
It's so
childish. Yeah, like... Girls don't want that, or like randomly. Like, I didn't ask for that. Like, if we're not there, like, don't do that. Do not do that, because I'm the type of person. When I got a dick pic sent to me, I showed everybody at work, and it was a little homosexual boy who was way excited and asked me to send it to him, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, but that's what if you're gonna. I'm not gonna send it because it was sent to me, and for it to go out, I don't need no charges. I don't know. It was sent to me.
So you shouldn't have sent unsolicited dick pics. Your picture would have been out. Because you want to send some unsolicited shit. I didn't ask for this, so now my homie that is asking for it is going to get it. Like,
it's so funny.
He loved it, too.
I saw this meme yesterday, actually, that was like, it was like a tweet. No, it was a DM screenshot.
Yeah.
And I guess the guy was like, oh, you like it? And she's like, I didn't ask for this, so you can either cash at me $30 or it's going out. And he's like, cash out. You make money off these niggas.
Listen, they sending you dick pics. Charge him.
No, listen, that reminds me of a story I just heard about a woman that took her car to Jiffy Lube, and the mechanic guy or whatever went through the personal file and reached out to her afterwards and texted her privately.
Oh, no.
And so she's like, and now I have a choice. I can either take it to your higher-ups and have you fired because this is totally inappropriate. And this is all a text message conversation, so it was posted on social media and went viral. But she's like, I can either do that or, like, I can let this be a teachable moment and you never do this again. And he, like, apologized and I'm sorry, ma'am, all this shit. But it's just like, what's with the unsolicited, like, advances?
Yeah.
It's so inappropriate. And, like, where y'all getting this knowledge? Who's teaching you this?
That this
like,
is okay.
Yeah, like, what makes you think? But I feel like that goes back to the way society has been going for decades, for years, you know, with men being the ones in power and all this bullshit that so many guys have, like, adopted this idea of, like, I'm a man, I can
do whatever the fuck I want.
Grab him by the pussy. Like, no, you can't. Like, what the fuck? You can't.
No, you cannot. You cannot.
That's like,
listen to Donnie and get fucked up. You cannot.
Not Donnie, then.
Donnie.
the Cheeto.
The Cheeto. Yeah.
He's so
But Thursday to me, I feel can be, I guess, a good thing if it's going to someone who wants it. Like we're saying, if you know, I'm into you, right. Let me be thirsty for you. You know, we're kind of doing this back and forth. Yeah, let's do it. But if it's one sided, like we're saying, and I'm like not on the receiving end, that's the negative thirsty. But I think it's cool to be thirsty if y'all are thirsting together and we're thirst trapping each other and we sit in subliminals. I'm here for it.
I guess, yeah. I think it just has a huge negative connotation. And I think, like you said, if people want to, like, if that's what y'all are on and this is okay for y'all, then, like, so be it.
Yeah.
But I think there should be levels to it, especially if it's unsolicited thirst. Like, don't become, like, a creeper. Don't be on people's, like, Instagrams and shit, sending, you know, especially if you already got, like, I brushed you off the first time. Okay, I'm not responding to you.
Back around.
That's thirst too. The constant.
But I think some people think like, oh, persistent. Let me, you know, really show her I'm.
Yeah, if she's interested. Like women are very clear.
I love.
Okay. I was about to say something, but then I want to take it back. Mature women are very clear when they're interested. There are some girls who are going to play the games, and so you're confused and you don't really know how to read her. Drop that. But if there's if a real woman, if she knows what she wants, she's gonna let you know, like, I like this, keep this up, or I don't, chill.
Yeah.
Like,
very true.
So if you're dealing with a real woman, take these messages that she's sending you. Don't be like, oh, nah, she playing hard to get. No. I'm literally hard to get. Like, no, stop. But
oh gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah, just don't.
I feel like we need to sit down with a man and have like this whole conversation, because I feel like maybe they can shed light and help us understand why some guys are the way they are and why some guys think it's okay to approach women the way that they do.
Yes.
Because we don't understand it.
We don't.
I don't know if we ever will understand it.
We don't. Okay, so we're going to have a man come on here and give his insights.
Yes.
And also men watching. Let us know, because maybe we missed it. You know? Inform us. School us.
Okay. I'm down to learn.
Yes. See? We learned about Buddy at the hair store today. We learning.
Right.
We're learning.
Okay. We have more?
Yeah. You want to pull another one?
Yeah.
Here.
Is it your turn or my turn?
Did I pull one? I don't know. Let me just go. Psycho.
Ooh.
Psycho.
I love how like your eyes just got like so big when you said
It's
it.
like my shit. You know, anything psychology, I'm like, more. Psycho. I've never called myself psycho, and maybe because it is my psychology background that I'm just not throwing that term around lightly. I have said, oh, I'm crazy. You want to see crazy? I will show you crazy. I've been crazy.
Oh, God.
I'm crazy, not psycho.
Yes, there's a difference. There's a difference. I think that's when I was younger. Let me clarify. I was like, oh, I'm crazy. I'll show you crazy. That was back in the day, you know, some years back.
Can I ask you, though, why do you think that is?
Why what?
Like, do you feel like that was a glorified thing?
I was going there. I would say it was a couple years back, and when I was younger, I thought it was like, oh, I'll show you, nigga. You wanna see crazy?
To show you how much I love you, or
but not even that. Like, oh, you
how
trying
furious
it?
I am.
Yeah. Oh, you wanna try it? Okay, I will show you.
Gosh,
Listen, I have key to car. I'm just saying, like, it's been that point where it was like, crazy was not a bad thing. Like, crazy is passion. Crazy is... I like I say, years back when I was younger, and I think it was more so in the mindset of, like, the passion and the love and the this and that. Like,
I'm so serious.
Yeah, like, I can show you how crazy I'll get. And now as a grown woman, I'm like, why even let yourself get there?
Get out
you
of
know,
character.
But I think also in that age group, I had colleagues, peers. That's like crazy. You know, it was like a thing. So it was just like, I don't know. So I never call myself psycho, which I think a lot of girls do go that far to like, oh, I'm psycho. But
I was gonna say, do you think you call yourself psycho, or do you think the person on the receiving end is like, she's psycho? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, she made me call herself crazy, and he's like, no, bitch, you're psycho. Yeah.
I don't think I fall into psycho category. I think I'm the type of person like, well, it is what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I'm upset or I'm angry, I'm the one to like, okay, let me get my shit and I'm gonna go.
Right.
We're good. We're done. Like, I don't need to carry on with you. There's nothing crazy about me. I'm just gonna go. Like, we don't have to get crazy together. Like, let's just end this shit. And I feel like that ends up affecting them more.
Yeah.
Where you just like,
I learned that too.
Yeah, you just cut them off. Like,
yeah.
oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You want to be crazy? I'll let you be psycho. I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
But also I feel like like I said, I like learning, and so I feel like I read a lot and watch shows. So being older now and knowing like some of the signs of a true psycho or sociopath, like I'm not trying to fall into either of those categories. Like, it's actually kind of scary. So I'm like,
so you cautiously work to not fall into the psycho.
Cautiously work to not be a psycho.
You know where the boundaries are.
Right. Yes. Just a thin line between sane and insane.
Like, I don't think I'm psycho at all.
Yeah.
I
So
just
no,
like,
he's psycho crazy bitch here.
I think
clearly.
so.
I think so.
It's just like, I don't have, it's too much energy.
Yeah.
And why get us worked up?
Yeah.
And some shit might really go down and people getting arrested and
people dying. I feel like
people dying, people like, and then I don't know how far it's gonna go where you think you're gonna put your hands on me.
Yeah.
So why am I gonna provoke some
potential?
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah, because people be crazy, and I feel like if you get to that mindset, and you're that like, I'm so angry. You know what I mean? Like, so much shit can just go down in an instant.
Yeah.
And it's because you're acting off those emotions that you're feeling in that moment.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to be logical and be like, this shit's not really worth it.
Right.
It may be better if I walk away or...
Yeah. No, definitely.
Because shit could go down quick.
Right. It takes 2 seconds for something to go way left.
Right.
So my question, especially for you two, is how do you implement this into your daughters? Being that you both have daughters, like, how do you make sure that she doesn't reach that young adult 18 through 22, 23 stage where she's passionately in love, Mommy, you'll never understand.
Mommy, you don't get it.
How do you, like, raise them up and teach them that, like, it's not okay, you don't have to resort to that, like...
What do you think? Sorry,
I think the best thing I can do is just be that example. Because I think the reason I never went crazy or acted in some manic behavior.
Manic behavior?
is because
shots fired.
No, it's because we didn't see that growing up.
We didn't.
Yeah. So we would hear about like crazy stories about this couple, that couple, and she was just like, wow, that's dysfunctional. We hear it all the time. Somebody's dysfunctional.
Right.
Yeah. But I think not having to see it and they argue and fuss, but then
that was it.
It was
That was the extent of our parents' arguments.
I think the loudest it got was like the door slamming. Like that's the most violent. Like you know, it wasn't like I'm about to go beat this nigga ass because I'm mad at him. I'm gonna key his car. Like that was
I never imagine. Yeah. What if we grew up?
So I know. So I feel like I don't need to expose her to that.
Yeah. There's other ways.
You said, it hurts more to just let them go.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt them more. So
yeah.
I think my approach along with that is gonna be being honest. Like, I did it and it did nothing. You know, like, for what? And I think also just talking, like, you don't have to do that. There's so many other ways to go about this. Like, and let's do that. If that's what we need, a powwow to figure out another way to handle this, then let's do it. But to go all out and act erratic. Erratic.
Not erotic.
Not erotic. Erratic.
I think another thing would be teaching them now, like, to be in control of your emotions from a young age.
Absolutely.
And also, like, the repercussions of your actions, because you can go to jail for that. You know, you can ruin your whole, whatever you're working towards.
Yep.
And, you know, all of that could be ruined in an instant because you're
working off of emotions.
Yeah.
Instead of being logical. No,
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. True's new obsession is beyond scared straight. And she literally tells me every time, like, I'm not going to do what they did to get there. Like, it terrifies her, right? But I think that's a valid point. Listen, these kids are doing X, Y, and Z, vandalism and this and that, and it's landing them here.
Yeah.
So you going to, that's vandalism. Me keying a car, that's vandalism. At the time, one, I didn't think about it. Two, I probably didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, whatever. But let the police would have rolled up, I would have been scared shitless. Like,
if charges were pressed and it should advance, and you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it is on your record.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's a hassle to try to get stuff expunged.
Oh, yes. I know about that. It's like,
I know about
this
that.
should hold you forever.
Right.
And then that makes me think, too, that especially going down this nursing path, it's like, it's hard to get your license, but it's even harder to keep your license.
Yes.
So, being that I'm damn near 30 years old, I don't need to fight nobody or vandalize or none of that. I don't even have the license yet. So.
Exactly.
You're working too hard to get this license.
Exactly. I feel
it's maturity. It's growth.
I'm right there with you, girl.
Cheers.
Okay.
Be professionals over here.
Professionals.
Professionals.
That's like our bowl. Look at that.
Super cute. All done by the one and only.
I love it.
All right.
Okay, last one. Insecure.
Okay. Who's starting this?
I will.
Okay.
Because I feel like I was insecure for a very long time. I think from childhood. I have flashbacks of like being at somebody's house for the 4th of July and I'm just wearing this shirt and just not feeling good in it. I'm like tight in it. Jeans are tight, but it's like you just whatever. We're at family's house. It's a holiday. You gonna go. And it's, I don't know, it's carried on for a very long time until I think having kids and getting into
even
working out.
More insecurities. And then...
insecurities on top of insecurities. And then until you just like, okay, if it's my body that's making me insecure, then I need to change it.
Yes. Like you have that power.
Gaining that control.
But it's not just the body though. Then you have the mental.
Yes.
Because... you lose all the weight.
Yeah, I think the mental may be more important than the physical. Because like you said, you change your body, but your mental, you're still insecure. It doesn't matter that you've lost 50 pounds.
Yeah.
So,
Very true. I think it just takes a lot of mental work.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would definitely say insecurities I feel like are natural, I guess, to a certain extent. I feel like a lot of people deal with them. So I don't want anyone watching to feel like I'm abnormal because I do have insecurities. But I think it's recognizing them and making that decision like, okay, this is something I don't like or I don't enjoy about myself or my mental state. So like, let me work towards changing it instead of just like succumbing to it and being like, well, this is who I am. Yeah. And you're like wearing it like a badge of honor that you're insecure about X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And I think ridding yourself of insecurities, a lot of times takes looking into your past and figuring out where they began and what caused you to become insecure or what you maybe witnessed or experienced throughout childhood or throughout relationships or whatever, because you can be in such a healthy place in your relationship, but maybe there's just this one little part and it goes back to your insecurities and it you know what I mean? And I think so being aware of that and being like, okay, like I'm the one contributing to this right now. I'm the one that's keeping this ongoing. Like, I don't know. I think it's just becoming self-aware.
Definitely. As far as that label being thrown, I think it's so easy to look at somebody and like, oh, she insecure, without even realizing maybe she's battling with something and it goes beyond insecurities. But it's just so easy to do that, you know, like brush it off as, oh, she's
label
insecure.
Somebody.
Yeah. Like, oh, she's insecure, that's why this and that. It's like, or maybe she's been struggling with her weight for the last 5 years, and it's new for her, and she's still trying to figure out how to handle it. But it's like, oh, she's just insecure. That's why she'll never want to do this. She'll never want to go. And it's just like, whoa, like, let her breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think being cautious of throwing that label on people when we don't even know the half of what they're battling.
Yeah. And it's a very heavy label to carry around. It's like a heavy burden, you know?
Yeah.
How do you guys feel, or what do you think in society has trained or conditioned us to accept different insecurities? Because I feel like when I hear the word insecure, I immediately think of the show Insecure.
Of course.
And I feel like with it being such a huge success, being such an amazing show, like, I love it.
Shout out to Issa, girl.
Shout out to Issa. Issa gonna be sitting down with us one day.
Come on, Issa.
Anyway, I think a lot of people maybe will adopt the term because it's considered cool, or it's the fad, or it's the trend, or whatever in society or in pop culture. Yeah. And so, how do you guys feel like that either affects your life, or do you see it affecting the world around us?
Beyond myself for the moment, because I don't really think the show would cause that much personally for myself, which that with the mental work that I've done, but society, like, I feel like it weighs so much because with social media and things like that, people are comparing themselves more than ever. So your insecurities are going to surface when you're looking at this person who has 1 million followers and she gets 10,000 likes and she's this and that and I can't even, you know, when you start comparing yourself to stuff that's not even real. She probably bought them followers and them likes. And, like, you can buy anything nowadays.
Yeah, you can.
So I think you're doing more damage to yourself comparing, and that's where insecurities will come up with society. So the show kind of shows that you can live with these insecurities and not necessarily let them take over your life, per se.
But I feel like her insecurities, like, damaged her relationship that she was in.
Okay.
I think it shows if you have one insecurity, like I said, my body, it leads over into other things.
Yes.
It leads into your relationship, and then it may or may not lead into how you perform at work because you don't think you're good enough because of your insecurities.
Okay.
So I think, like you were saying before, to get it in check and see, or maybe it was you, see where these insecurities stem from first. Then you start working on yourselves to better yourself in each arena.
I feel like we saw that this past season a lot with Molly and with Daniel as well on the show. Seeing how that kind of manifested into their careers and their, you know, how they felt about themselves, whatever. But I think society as a whole and a lot of the shows and the music that we're getting nowadays kind of touches on insecurities, and I guess it depends on how people are going to take them. You know, if it comes like in a glorified form, then I feel like you might have more people that's apt to be like, oh my gosh, I feel the same way and I'm so whatever.
So let's be insecure together.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, what's an example? Like,
okay, got an example. So I was listening to an XXX song, Rest His Soul. That was never really my music. Like, I didn't listen to him
prior to.
Right. Yeah. And it just happened to come on Pandora when I was in the gym one day, and it was some song, I think it's called Sad. And there's one line in there where he says that something about, like, committing suicide if you can't have, like, the person you love. Something, like, referring to that. And I feel like that's so damaging for these kids. And while that may be how he felt at that moment, or maybe what he was dealing with, I feel like if these kids are hearing this and there's this megastar that they, like,
idolize.
You know what I mean? And he's saying this, like, wow, he understands I'm going through the same thing he's going through. And maybe, I don't know if it helps them to, like, maybe step away from that mindset. Or maybe it's like, oh, somebody who understands me. Yeah. Suicide if I can't have it. You know what I mean? Like,
I think if you're a listener to X, which I wasn't either, prior to his passing, but I did attend his concert when he had his show down here in Fort Lauderdale. And it was literally like cult-like following. Anything he said, they were like right there with him. I've never seen anything like that in my life. And
that's crazy.
I also know many of his videos, he would go live on Instagram and he would be speaking about the better side of life, you know, and get help and this and that, you know, because he's been
awesome.
there. Right. And so I think if you were a follower of him, then you would listen to the music and be like, wow, he relates to me. Yet he's also spreading this message too.
Okay. Yeah. So I didn't know that side of him. I just heard one song and I'm just like, holy shit.
So dark. Right. No, a lot of his music was dark. And I think it was literally just his way of expressing what he was experiencing. But he was definitely also telling everybody to get help if you need it and this and that. So I think it's like a thin line between, are these lyrics telling these children to do what they're feeling, or is it him identifying like, yo, I've been there too. Mm-hmm. You're not alone. Yeah. But there's a way to get help.
But that raises a question, like, is this insecurity or is this depression?
Oh yeah.
Well, then that kind of, I feel like for me that's kind of like the chicken or the egg. Which one comes first, the depression or the insecurities? You're depressed and now you're insecure about everything. Or you were already insecure and now you're depressed. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. You know, which one came first? You got to deal with all of that.
It's a whole lot to deal with.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot.
I think insecurities are big, you know, and it's tough. I don't think there's any way to escape them. Mm-hmm. I think it's just living with why, like you said, kind of finding out where it stems from and then how can I live with this if it's something you can't change. These stretch marks are going nowhere at all. You know, they're here.
I like my stretch marks now.
I love my stretch marks
definitely made me insecure before.
Exactly. I was like, what am I going to do with this? Like, I got stripes everywhere.
Well, no. I remember, like, when I was pregnant. Yeah. And just laying down and seeing the stretch marks come from, like, up here. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell?
What am I going to do with
what I thought I had going on?
Because, and the crazy thing, because I had the little rubber belly button ring, because I just knew my stomach was going to look like it did before I had a kid. So I was holding on to my piercing. And then afterwards, I was like, what is that? And so it took a while to kind of like accept, like, girl, this is it.
Yeah, all the coconut oil in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm curious, what labels do you feel like are very prevalent in our society today? As far as like our music, our TV, movies.
Ghetto.
Ghetto,
I feel like is a negative. It has like a negative connotation that's been thrown at our culture for so long. Yeah. Like, to have weave in your hair was ghetto. To have long nails was ghetto. And
now it's become this glorified, almost romanticized thing. Like, oh, the Kardashians have
cornrows,
and they eat Popeyes, and it's like,
oh my gosh,
they got black baby daddies.
They eating Popeyes on their private jet. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how?
Never mind. Let's get going, bitch.
Anyway, I feel like things are glorified and it gets all this attention as if we haven't been this way for the dawn of existence. Like, I know there was like this big hoopla over Kendall being on the runway with cornrows in her head, and it was like, Kendall's so edgy with her, and it's like, we've been doing this.
They were calling boxer braids. Because that's what, like, the female boxers would get the straight back, and it was like,
oh my god,
we've been rocking cornrows since we was in Africa. Stop.
Right, like, it's meant to be like this, like, cool new thing, and now all the girls want cornrows like Kendall. I feel like they're so lost on reality.
Yeah. Because I think they've been so far removed from real reality. Yeah. They've been able to create reality for reality TV. So now how do you differentiate from reality TV versus now real life? This is happening. Yeah. I think only until major occurrences happen, like the scandal with Tristan Thompson. That's a real life smack you in the face because I'm about to give birth to your daughter, but now we have to deal with the fact that you are just on camera. Yeah. Right, you know, like that. I think that's when the real reality hits. Yeah. Like, holy shit, like all wasn't well. You know, we kind of had this whole picture perfect because she had just released like photos of them, maternity photos of them, like the day or two before.
What a shame.
You know, the embarrassment level? What the fuck? Would have lost it. But, see, that's when you go back to crazy.
Yeah, I said, then the insecurity that may put her in.
Exactly. Because we all have witnessed Chloe's weight struggles. from when they started on TV to where she's at today.
Her fertility struggles.
Exactly.
And now it's like, I'm pregnant with your child. This is the happiest moment of our life.
Right.
You're cheating on me.
Reality hits. Maybe you already kind of knew, but you kind of put off because for the reality of the show, all is well.
Yeah.
But then real reality hits and it's like...
I couldn't imagine having to do a reality show, but things... I mean, you still have to have stuff happening in life in order for it to be catchy. You know what I mean? So at what point do you say, okay, this is real life and this is some shit we had to concoct so that we still have ratings for the next couple weeks or whatever?
Oh, well,
you know
we're
what
not
I mean?
gonna concoct this. My nigga cheating on me. All bets are off.
But I feel like real... I mean, maybe other people's lives, maybe our lives are boring. I don't know. But I feel like real life isn't just like... every 2 seconds, like
some shit is happening.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, I would think there's some down moments in life, like where you just chill and the cameras are there and y'all just chilling. Like, does it always have to be something?
Yeah, ratings.
Oh, that's too much.
That is too much.
I don't know if I could.
I don't know if I could make it on that scale of stardom and like celebrity with the reality show because I would want to film real life. But then it's like, wait, no, but we're going to write in a meeting here or a conflict here so that we can have, a story for the next 2 episodes. Like, what? I ain't got time for that. This is too much.
So what other labels do you guys think are prevalent now? Because the first one I think of is Cardi and how everybody's calling her a stripper-hoe. Mm-hmm. And at one point, like, maybe she took it as, like, I'm a stripper-hoe and you stupid for not being one. And, like, this is... that money. Right. Yeah. But I feel like there's also, like, a negative and a positive almost to it now. I feel like some people view it as, like, yeah, go do it.
Be a stripper-hoe.
Right. And other people are like, no, how dare you? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So...
with that, I think a lot of people's values and moral goes into play. If you're a morally valuable person and you hold that, then it's not going to work for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you get somebody like Cardi who can be like, yeah, I was a stripper hoe, I did what I had to do, and now here I am, and so be it.
Mm-hmm. And what makes you a stripper hoe? Because...
stripper hoe?
A stripper hoe.
What's the criteria?
I was curious because if you're already a stripper, are you already considered one? Or, like, are there steps to, like, okay, you a baby stripper, you a stripper?
No, I feel like a stripper is a stripper is a stripper.
So what about stripper hoe?
There's just levels to it.
But if you're a stripper, like the title stripper, I think...
Are you a stripper hoe because you're a stripper?
I'm not calling anybody no stripper hoe. You're just a stripper.
You're just a stripper.
You're just a stripper. I think if you say stripper hoe, that's just like...
I think
I feel like when you I don't know.
I feel like when I hear like stripper hoe, now I'm like thinking there's maybe some
like she do extra for her stripper.
Yeah, like okay, so are you a stripper and you're a prostitute? Like
that might be
because
what a
Cardi specified in her song when she's like dancing, she's like or stripping. She's like I said stripping, not fuck.
Yeah,
people like to get it twisted. Like no, I was doing this and not all of that.
Okay, so if stripper hoe doesn't like you're a stripper hoe, but you're not fucking people.
Yeah.
Or you're not fucking like your guys that come to see you. So like, what makes you a stripper hoe then? What if you do a stripper, or is it like a title that like I'm taking on? Like I'm a stripper and a hoe. Like I'm a stripper. You know what I mean? Like I just want to know what the. I feel like there's.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know if stripper hoe is a self-inflicted term.
I don't think so either. I feel like somebody be like, yeah, she's a stripper hoe.
Right. Somebody like, throwing that on you.
Yeah, not like I'm gonna take on being a stripper hoe. I might be a stripper. I might be a dancer. But I don't know if I would call myself, or I don't know if they're calling themselves like a stripper hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be a label thrown.
I feel like this is a whole world I want to like deep dive into.
Yeah.
Like just
I need to learn some shit.
I do too.
On so many levels. I want to learn the dancing. I want to learn the business side.
Yeah.
The food side. What makes a good menu? Because I feel like that's important.
Wings. I feel like you get the best chicken wings from strip clubs.
But you gotta have multiple options though. You can't just, we only serve chicken wings. Like, how do you determine you got desserts?
I had quesadillas on time.
It was good.
It was real good.
What we had like Fruit Loop crusted chicken or something.
Yeah,
and
that shit was so good.
That's like Playhouse.
Hollywood. Playhouse. But they had like some like Fruit Loop chicken wings.
We need to do a deep dive into like the adult industry, I feel like.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a whole season. Y'all want to see a deep dive into adulthood? Adult industry?
The adult entertainment. Let's do it. Anybody in the adult industry field, hit us up. Because we want to know your life story. But back to stripper-hoe real quick. I think that's a label that's thrown on the people, and I don't think people are walking around like, I'm a stripper-hoe. Like, I don't think that's like what we calling ourselves.
I see.
Yeah.
Did it answer your question?
I think so. Any other labels? What about bitch and hoe? Because I feel like in a lot of rap songs, it's kind of used as like maybe a term of endearment or maybe not.
That's my bitch, my main bitch.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it depends on the
term of endearment for y'all.
I think it depends on the context he's using it.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely, because I think depending on who's using it.
Who's using it and like what you're saying, like.
Hey, bitch.
Yeah.
Because it's like, get you a bitch. I don't know if this is lyrics because I've never heard the like explicit version, but like, get you a bitch and slap your dick in her face. Like, or get you a hoe.
Oh, Migos or somebody said.
No, it's like what's the damn song? Shit, he from down here. I hear it. It's like grinding on the nigga like she dancing the soca, nice and slow.
Oh, ball greasy.
Yeah, ball greasy. Yes, it's like grab you a hoe, slap your dick in her face, some shit, shake your dick.
See, that's like very like
vulgar and like
derogative.
No, you're not. If I want this dick in my face, then I will let you know.
I say who?
It depends on, but like. You don't
right. So
tell me.
when he's saying this, is that his hoe? Is that his bitch?
He's married. He's married.
Okay, so is he referring
to
to his wife, or is he like being super disrespectful to some random like
never mind.
To a stripper hoe?
Yeah, so like a random hoe and like.
Sorry, I don't know if he's married. I was thinking about Kevin Gates and Drika, but so I don't know if he's married.
But my question is like, is this like your girlfriend, and now for the sake of the song, you're just like, hey, grab your hoe, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or is it like, no, find a stranger who's a hoe and like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. Let's ask him. Hey, ball greasy.
Hey, ball greasy. Oh God, are y'all feeling the wine?
Yes, this wine was great. Good
yes.
job,
Kim Crawford. How many stars? Ooh, rating.
3.
I
don't know if I'm really feeling it.
I was gonna say I would give it a 3 too.
I would give it a 4. I think it's sweet. I think it has a nice taste, giving me a nice slight buzz.
Yeah, the buzz is what I'm looking for when I'm drinking wine. So I think
okay.
It ain't for the flavor.
You don't drink wine for the flavor.
No. Definitely sometimes for the flavor. I think it depends on what I'm eating with it, or the time of day, how lit I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is a 3.
Yeah, I would give it a solid 3. When I started drinking wine, it was difficult for me at first. 'Cause I was like, oh my God, it doesn't taste good. I wanted all of the sugary, calorie-filled drinks. Yeah. Mojitos and shit. Mm-hmm. And then it got to the point where I was like, I don't drink wine for the taste. I drink wine for the feeling. So for the feeling, this is giving me like a solid 3.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think I drink wine for the taste and the feeling. I enjoy the taste of wine. Like, I enjoy tasting it. I like the way it tastes. I think it's a distinct taste. You're not going to get wine taste anywhere else until you drink some wine.
Definitely.
I agree.
Mine grew. Mine's more so with the red wines. Mm-hmm. Red wines can really, like, suck it to you.
Yeah, there's some that just, like, punch you in the face.
Yeah, but, so that's when
some of my best drunk moments have been with
red wine.
Yeah, yes. Red wine.
I love like some of my best drunk moments. Yes. Like not the bad ones.
The bad ones are hard liquor.
Yes. The good ones is just like a good vibe.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was with the red wines that I was like, I drink for a feeling and not taste.
Yeah.
And then that made me move from the sweeter whites to the more dry white. So I love me a dry white now. So
yeah. Interesting.
You ladies ready to wrap it up?
Let's wrap it on that.
That just made me think of those like old condom commercials. Or was it like HIV commercials that come on like
wrap it up?
It says wrap it up.
Yeah, like wrap it up. It's like very serious.
It was very serious.
It was very serious. Why can't we have fun and wrap it up? Like, go have some fun and wrap it up while you're at it.
Wrap it up while you're at it.
Okay.
Thank you guys for joining us once again. We love you guys and the support because we really have fun with this. And you guys allow us to have fun with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Be sure to look out for the either the visual version or the audio version, available on SoundCloud, Radio Public. Where else are we? We got a couple locations. So
iTunes, Apple.
Yeah.
Apple Music.
So just
there.
find us every other week, Wednesdays at midnight. All right.
Bye. Bye.